So last week we talked about the incredible stress that I'm under right now, just dealing with the changes of what's going on. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch last week's video and what we were talking about. But one of the big questions is that really comes out of all of that is, do you have to do it alone? Right? Do you have to do it alone? And the answer, honestly, is no. And most of us still do it alone because we haven't set ourselves up correctly to do it unalone, if that's a term. Now, here's what I mean by that. So yeah, we're going through thinking stuff process right now, the theory of constraints, looking at A is A and telling ourselves the truth and so on and so forth. And I want you to hear ourselves the truth, right? And because this is a thing that I'm going through with my team. Yes, with my team. And so it's a matter of the fact that we've spent the time to build a team that, one, is trustworthy, two, that we've invested so much of how we think in them and them understanding what's going on, that we can have these conversations about A being A and what is true and what is needed in order to solve certain problems. You see, for so many of us who just delegate tasks and have teams that just do what we tell them to do, and they don't really understand what's going on, then in these moments, they're of no use to you. And in these moments, they frustrate you because even if you did talk to them, the ideas that they bring make zero sense because they don't have any real understanding. Okay? And that's your fault. Let me just be blunt and let me just be honest with you. That is 100% your fault. You have not set them up for success. And you've not done that, and it's probably for a bunch of different reasons. Whether you feel that they're incapable, whether you feel like you're incapable of sharing, or anything in between. But none of those reasons and excuses actually matter right now when you're going through this stressful situation, and you need to not go through it alone. But you've created a situation where you have to go through it alone. Now, I'm not telling you this because I'm great and perfect. I'm telling you this because I've done this before where I did not set my teams up correctly, where I, didn't trust them enough, where I didn't teach them enough, where I didn't teach them how I think, how I see the world. It doesn't mean that they have to see the world the same way. That's not the point. But the point is, when I understand how they see the world and they understand how I see the world, it changes the way we communicate. It changes the way we solve problems. But it starts with you. And it starts with the way that you teach them how you think. In other words, it starts with the way you delegate. Delegation isn't just about giving tasks away. It's about helping people change the way they think and understand how you think, how they think, and coming to a common ground to solve a real problem. It isn't just about giving away tasks. And so if you've been a task delegator, when you reach these points where I am right now, where stress is really high and you need people around you and you need people you can bounce ideas off of and have real conversations, you're going to fail. But you don't have to. You don't have to, okay? You can change and you can be better. And I'm telling you this because I've failed. I've been where you are and I've failed. And I've not trusted my team, and I've been on an island all by myself, and it's not fun, and you don't want to be there. Okay? Now, I've encapsulated all of this. This is not a pitch, but I guess it turns into a pitch, if you will. I've encapsulated all of this in my new book. If you haven't heard about it yet, it's coming out real soon. I would tell you the name, but we're still figuring that out. Yeah, we're still figuring out the name of the book. If you haven't seen any of the polls on social with the different names we're looking at, feel free to go find them. We'd love your vote on it. But reply to this email with this newsletter or drop a comment on this video, and I will gladly send you chapter 1 of the book right away. Okay? I will gladly do that. All you got to do is reply, tell me you want it, and we will get that out to you. All right? You don't have to go through things alone. But in order to not go through things alone, you have to set them up correctly with your team. You have to do the hard work up front.